Hello, everyone. My name is Lashray Morale, and the theory that I chose was the observational learning theory. So, for those of you who did not get a chance to actually read my blog post number 2, I promise you it's a-okay because I'm going to briefly explain it. Long story short, I was raised by my grandmother, and one thing about my granny, she always made sure food was on the table. She cooked my sister and I breakfast almost every morning faithfully, except this one morning. This one particular morning, my grandma overslept. I was about like 7 years old. So me being that goody two-shoe, thought I knew it all, want to suck up to my grandma so I could be the favorite grandchild. I figured I was going to cook breakfast before she woke up. So to sum up everything that happened, I remember grabbing everything that I figured I'd need. And I remember actually starting to cook. But I got a little distracted by Clifford the Big Red Dog. And the next thing I know, I'm getting my butt torn up for almost burning down the house. And then the next thing I know, we didn't even eat pancakes and sausage for breakfast. My grandma had us eating cheese and Cheerios for breakfast that morning. And I wasn't able to touch the stove again until like my junior year of high school, which is 2 years ago. But to look at the big picture of my hot mess story, it really kind of just like leaves a question in the air of what exactly made me feel comfortable enough to cook at the age of 7 by myself. And it wasn't like we had any cookbooks or anything. So what was it that, made me feel comfortable enough to cook? And that is where observational learning comes into place. So observational learning has been a part of the human experience for so many years, for like many years. And it wasn't until like recently where psychologists actually shined their lights on this little theory and actually took interest into something that's such a phenomenon. Observational learning, the actual theory itself, was founded by the famous Albert Bandura. And Albert Bandura basically separated this theory into 4 distinct steps. Step number 1, attention, which is where we're actually observing everything and actually seeing how it's done. Step number 2, retention. And retention is basically the process of taking what we've observed and committing it to our brain. Step number 3, which is motor reproduction. Motor reproduction is basically putting acts on everything that we observe. So it's basically actually doing. And step number 4, which is the reinforcement. And reinforcement is doing it over and over again.